Hello everybody, it's Jenny Howarth again here from Yorkshire Flower Essences and Ilkley Complementary Therapies from one of the cottages of the Manor House. And we've been looking at the flowers that are in the garden here outside and around the Manor House as part of the Manor House's Inside Out project until we can reopen the house proper later in the year. So we've looked at several plants. This week we're going to look at this lovely rose, and I just wish the technology would enable you to smell it. The scent is just divine, it just wafts over beautifully. And we're joined by Julia Richards, who is the medical herbalist who works with us at Ilkley Complementary Therapies. And Julia's going to tell us a little bit about the history of the rose and its use that's come through into medical herbalism.
As a herbalist, I often use the rose in a tincture, like a flower essence practitioner or a homeopath might use it, and that is for emotional issues. I always put it in somebody's medicine who requires a little bit of love. It's like a hug in a bottle. However, rose has many other actions as well. It's a very cooling herb, which means it's good to reduce fever, and it's also good to reduce inflammation on any skin issues. It's also very astringent, which means it can stop bleeding on wounds, reduce heavy periods, it can dry up phlegm, it can help reduce diarrhea, and also help reduce stomach acid as well. It's very antiseptic as well, so it's often used for sore throats, mouth ulcers and cold sores, and it's very antiviral and antibacterial, and therefore it's also good externally to use for any skin conditions and bites and wounds as well. It's also a nervine, which means that it's useful for any conditions that are associated with stress and anxiety. It's also a hormonal regulator for the female system, so it's very useful for pre- and post-menstrual conditions, and it can be used for increasing fertility and for increasing libido as well. The hips of the rose are actually very useful for easing inflammation in joints, repairing joint damage as well. The hips are also high in vitamin C and iron, so therefore they're very good to be used for people with anemia, and they're also hypoglycemic as well, so useful for people in pre- and diabetic conditions. So the rose has many uses.
So we're going to make the flower essence of this pink rose now, as we've made the other 4 essences in this series. The roses have been bathing in the water in the lovely sunshine this morning for over 2 hours, and that water has taken on the energy of the plant. So we will take the flowers out, they will continue growing on the plant. We'll filter the water. So when we've mixed this water with the rose's energy, with the vodka, that will preserve it, and we'll keep that with the other ones, the other 4. We'll make the 5th essence of the Inside Out project, and we'll see what that brings us in terms of well-being going forward.